How's it going, football fans? This is Oscar Moneyball bringing you my favorite type of content and hopefully your new favorite content, match simulation predictions or predictions for the Premier League, however you want to call it. In this video, we'll be going over the match week 32 for the English Premier League and using my match simulator to help us predict the results for this weekend. We have some really good games and we're getting really close to the end of the season. We have a title race going on at the moment. There's a lot of things to discuss, but in this video we'll just be keeping it very simple, very driven to content related to those that like to bet, or it's just entertainment, right? Entertainment of who do you think will win, what we think the scores will be, and this is just a tool for you to use and leverage alongside with your experience. If you watch matches and you see who's playing good, who's not playing so well, this is just what this is about. Now, I mentioned this in a lot of my videos. There's not a lot of content like this online, so I hope you enjoy this content as much as I enjoy making it for all of us. Let's get started. Let's get started with the results. Let's see what we got here. We have 10 matches as we usually do every weekend. I did zoom in for you guys so you guys can maybe have a better experience watching these videos. These videos do get to be very long, so I'll keep them short. You can see some of these percentages on the screen if you ever need it. And we're going to keep the content simple. We have the first match this weekend, Crystal Palace versus Manchester City. Expected goals for Crystal Palace 0.9 versus 2.0 for Manchester City. Win probability, we have Manchester City expected to take this game with a 61% probability versus 16% for Crystal Palace. The over 0.5 goals, we do have a very high percentage probability of Manchester City scoring over scoring over 0.5 goals with a 84% versus 58% for the home team. The following match, we have Aston Villa versus Brentford, some of my favorite teams with a couple of my favorite coaches, Unai Emery versus Thomas Frank. Aston Villa did just lose really bad against Manchester City in the middle of the week. Brentford had a really tough game against Manchester United and then a really bad draw. Good points for Brentford. They'll take whatever they can get. However, as a fan, you probably would expect more, especially in that game versus Brighton. We have expected goals, 2.1 for Aston Villa, 1.2 for Brentford. The win probability is 55% versus 22% in favor for Aston Villa. Over 0.5 goals in this match, 85% for Aston Villa versus 67% for Brentford. Following match number 3 of the Saturday games, we have Everton versus Burnley. A less appealing game. Everton has been having a really tough season. They've gotten a lot of points deducted from them, and they just haven't been able to pick it up. I'm not too sure exactly where they sit on the table, but from the previous weeks and their results and the point deduction, I think it may be very likely that we won't be seeing Everton in the Premier League next season. That's sort of the feel. That's sort of what you can see from just the season they've been having and that pressure that they've been receiving from the people in charge of the English Premier League. Expected goals 1.8 versus 0.9. 56% win probability in favor for Everton versus 22% for Burnley. Over 0.5 goals in this match, 79% for Everton versus 57% for Burnley. Not too much to say about this. Let's just let this game play out and enjoy the rest of the games this weekend. Match 4, Fulham versus Newcastle United. Newcastle, I think I called it out last week. They did have a very intense game against West Ham. Fulham has also had some very intense games in these past two matches. Newcastle also was able to take a very tough win against who did they play in the middle of the week? I forgot. Maybe Everton, I'm not too sure. But they won 1-0. Isak was able to score again. He's looking nice coming off that injury. Hopefully he can stay healthy for the sake of Newcastle, for Newcastle's sake, and keep the momentum going. We have Fulham at home, very strong. Expected goals 2.3 versus 1.4 for Newcastle. The Fulham does have the edge in the win probability. They have 55% to win this match, 22% for Newcastle United. The over 0.5 goals is at 86% versus 72% for Newcastle. Tough game. I do believe we'll see both teams scoring in this match. Very, very tough game, I think, for Newcastle, as Fulham at home seem to have a really solid form. Fulham have been able to score goals. They have a very strong team. And what I mean by strong is that they're strong physically. They don't stop running. Newcastle plays the same way. They play with passion. They're a little bit more organized than Fulham, so we'll see how the game ends up playing out. However, I think it's very likely that both teams will score, as both of these percentages seem to be very high. Not as high as the following match or maybe some other matches that are coming up, but these three games right there have very high chances to seeing both teams to score. Match number 5 in this weekend slate, we have Luton Town versus Bournemouth. Expected goals 1.6 versus 2.0 in favor of the away team. Win probability is 31% for Luton Town versus 45% for Bournemouth. Over 0.5 goals in this match, 78% for Luton Town, 84% for Bournemouth. Bournemouth have been really strong. They've been able to get away from being in the lower side of the table. Luton Town will continue to fight tooth and nail to maintain their Premier League status and not get relegated to the Championship. Luton Town have been really fun to watch. You know, their stadium, their fans, the way they play, whether it's home or away, it's just a really entertaining team to watch, quite honestly. Maybe we can see a 2-2 draw, 1-1 draw, 2-1 win for Bournemouth. I'd say the over 1.5 goals in this match, total team between both of them, seems like a way to protect yourself if you're able to parlay that with something else. The next match, Wolverhampton versus West Ham. Another really interesting game, as West Ham have been scoring these past couple of weeks. They've consistently been able to get on the score sheet. They've been looking really good. They haven't been giving us those roller coaster performances that I've been talking about in previous videos, against a Wolverhampton team that seems to be getting rhythm again after having a really bad couple of weeks where they haven't been able to perform the way that they were expected to. We have expected goals tied here, 1.8 versus 1.8. Win probability is tied 38% versus 38%. The over 0.5 goals in this match, both of them tied at 81%. And over 1.5 also tied at 51%. Very even match there. Will be probably one of the best in the Sunday matches, leading us to the following game, which is Brighton versus Arsenal. Arsenal, who have, I believe, the best away form, attacking strength and defensive strength. They were able to dominate against Luton Town in the middle of the week. They were able to have a solid performance against Manchester City, where they completely robbed the fans of an amazing game. I do expect Arsenal to win this match. The Zerbi ball has not been entertaining to watch. This Brighton team has been affected by the injuries and the players that come and go week in and week out, as he tries to find a remedy and build a team that can play similar to what we were expecting Brighton to be performing at. Still a strong team, though. Not really strong, but they're a team that De Zerbi is a smart man. They're tactically strong, so this will be a tough game for Arsenal. Arsenal will definitely need to win this match if they want to continue with their aspirations for the title. Expected goals 0.8 for Brighton, 1.7 for Arsenal. The win probability is in favor for Arsenal, 58% versus 17% for Brighton. Over 0.5 goals, we have 81% for Arsenal versus 55% for Brighton. Arsenal, I think Arsenal should be able to get on the score sheet this game, and if they really want to win this game, they'll have to score more than one goal, because scoring one goal alone leaves a lot of room for errors, a PK, a handball, whatever, even an own goal where Brighton can tie the game, and then Arsenal's really in a bad situation there. Then the following game here, I believe this is a Sunday match. We have Manchester United versus Liverpool. We do expect Liverpool to win this match. They've just been consistently staying afloat in that first place, especially with that bad result between Manchester City and Arsenal, giving Liverpool an edge there between both of for the title race. We have Manchester United expected goals 1.2 versus 1.9 for Liverpool. Win probability is in favor for Liverpool, 53% versus 23% for Manchester United. The over 0.5 goals in this match, 67% versus 83%. What do I see in this match? We did see Manchester United tie against Brentford away. They didn't really look that good. The expected goals... Excuse me. Gotta charge my computer. Come on. We did see a Manchester United that struggled against Chelsea. They were able to score a lot of goals, Garnacho, and I forgot who scored the other goal. Erik ten Hagen is a smart manager. I think he will be playing to not lose this game and giving Liverpool a little bit of a fight. I don't think Manchester United has the strength to be competing with Liverpool, to be dominating Liverpool. Their players are a little soft in physical challenges, in physical battles, challenging 50-50 balls. They don't seem to be as competitive. And Liverpool, being Liverpool, is just very aggressive. They're very hungry. They have aspirations to win the title. So I'd give the edge, as it's very, very, I think all of us would give the edge to Liverpool to win this match. Even the match simulator agrees. The following match is Sheffield United versus Chelsea. Chelsea have been having a really good week. They've been able to have high XG, scoring a lot of goals. Now, the difference is that in this game they'll be playing away versus a Sheffield United team that needs points, that will be fighting, that will be trying to not relegate this season. Chelsea expected goals 3.1 versus 1.1 for Sheffield United. Win probability is in favor for Chelsea, 66% versus 11%. And the over 0.5 goals in this match is 85% for Chelsea versus 60% for Sheffield United. Chelsea have been allowing the opponents to score. They're a team that focuses a lot on attacking and tends to slip in the defense and let some goals go by. I think it's really important, though, to rectify, as a Chelsea manager, that situation exactly. We can score goals, but however, we are exposed in the back. This could be a game where potentially Chelsea could look to keep the clean sheet, and Cole Palmer continues to prove himself, right? Having a really strong season. I do think Chelsea will win this match. It's a given. The last match of this weekend's slate is Tottenham versus Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, they've surprised me. I didn't think they'd have the season that they'd be having. Not that they're having a strong season, but they're having a season that solidifies them in the Premier League, solidifies them as having a project where they're working towards something. They're not going to be a strong team, for the next couple of years, but they will be right where they're at, I think. I think they found a nice medium of where they need to be. Tottenham did struggle against Luton Town, and by struggle, I mean they weren't able to score. They were able to create the chances. So Nottingham Forest being a little bit better of a team than Luton Town, being defensively solid, I do expect Tottenham to have a really hard time, as they did versus Luton Town, to get on the score sheet. Either way, expected goals 2.2 for Tottenham, 1.2 for Tottenham has expected goals of 2.2 and Nottingham Forest 1.2. Win probability is 57% for Tottenham, 21% for Nottingham Forest. The over 0.5 goals is at 86% for Tottenham versus 68% for Nottingham Forest. Tottenham, you will have a tough time getting through this Nottingham Forest team. I do believe in them, as the most recent game that I've seen of Nottingham Forest was against Manchester United for the FA Cup. But Nottingham Forest just looked really good defensively. Tottenham is better offensively than Manchester United, so maybe a 1-0 game for Tottenham, 2-0 if they're able to sneak in another goal if Nottingham Forest gets a little desperate and decides to attack, leaving room in the back for Tottenham's very powerful offense. And those are all the games for this weekend. Let's move over to here. There you have it. This is Oscar Moneyball bringing you your favorite content, match predictions for the English Premier League match week 32 of this 2024 season. I hope you enjoy this content. Let me know in the comments, or place your own bets. Let us know what you'll be personally betting on, what you think, what you see, and if you have your own data, let us know if my data and yours match, or if there's a little bit of some difference between our notes or whatever. I'm open to all conversations and looking forward to recording the next video for you guys. Please check out the other videos where I also have match predictions for the Liga MX, which is Mexico's league, one of my favorites. MLS for us United States fanboys. Eredivisie, as I am associated with Ajax, so I really like watching the Eredivisie. It's a league that develops players for the top European teams. It's just a great league to watch overall. Enjoy your weekend, drink some water, drink some coffee, and take a shot for your boy Oscar. Have a good weekend. Peace.